Okay, good morning. We're back to our topic, Garden of Peace. So today he says like this. Okay, you said honor, but to what extent do I have to honor my wife? He says, one of my students was preparing to say mincha, the afternoon prayer services. His wife phoned him and he asked him to come home immediately. He told her that in 2 minutes he was about to pray mincha with all the students in the yeshiva and asked if she agreed that he'd come home in another half an hour. She said no. I asked him to come home immediately. That's just what he did. And rightfully so, even if it means praying alone at home. Meaning, here we have a case where his mom is starting mincha in 2 minutes. No, I need you now. Drop everything and go. Says you pray by yourself. Let me qualify this. The above example is talking about an upright young man who's not looking for excuses to shirk his responsibilities, such as prayers in a minyan and 10 other men, meaning he's saying, I'm not talking about a guy who doesn't really pray in minyan. This guy is praying with minyan. He doesn't want to not pray. He's one that's, always. Our sages said that sometimes we fulfill Torah by putting our Torah books back on the shelf. You hear? Once a wife has the security that she's first place and that her husband will be there whenever she needs him, then she'll allow her husband to do virtually whatever he wants. She's number one, you could do whatever you want. She's number two, honey, I need you now, buy me this, do this. Yep. My esteemed and beloved teacher of Eliezer Berlin would always tell those of his pupils that had marital problems, he says, listen to whatever your wife says. If she tells you to come home, go home right away. Stay with her at home. And afterwards, she'll give you a month's vacation. Meaning, you do whatever she wants, and then she frees you. If Jewish law can be stretched for the purposes of peace at home, in other words, if the Torah is willing to allow a person to miss a Torah lesson or to pray in minyan, then a husband should certainly be willing to put aside his own plans, work, hobbies, and whatever else that he has in order to fulfill his wife's requests. He says, when a husband complains that his wife locks him in jail, then that husband hasn't given her the feeling that she's first place. You hear? When she perceives that other things are more important to him than she is, she fights against them. Not only that, but her anguish is undescribable. When he prefers other interests rather than being with her. So as soon as he gives her the feeling that she's the highest priority in his life, jail, quote unquote, the jail cells are open and they become unlocked. You hear? All this, I feel like in jail with her. I don't understand what to do. It's because she's number two. When she's number two, she's the last person, right? That's what he says. And therefore she feels like she wants to, you come here, you sit over here, I need to do this, I need to do that, I do that, yeah?
And she doesn't need it.
Huh? Yeah. He says, don't misunderstand.
So,
Yeah.
just to clarify something, right?
Yeah.
I believe we're talking about normal women.
Yeah. So guess what? Mr. Dezakanto, every woman is normal
Right.
and every woman is like this.
Right.
Do you know why his wife looks like that and live well together? It's all because of the husband. Apparently, the way we are is the way she is. You hear? Yeah. So therefore, standard operating position. Yeah, we're not talking about mental cases and whatever. Okay, that we have to put aside. But standard operating position, normal woman, right? She's gonna seem like a mental case. Why? Because of the fact that she's lacking these things.
If you treat her like
So far, you haven't been here for a couple of days, but so far he says, huh? You've been. You know this book in and out, so you have no questions. Just to recap. Number one, no comments. And we're talking about good comments.
No comments.
For sure, no bad comments, but no comments. So my other students, they're like, what do you mean? If the food is not, there's no salt in it, I'm not supposed to say it. I said, no, nothing. If she says, why are you putting salt on? You could say, I like a little bit more salt here. But to tell her that chas v'shalom, her food doesn't have salt? Oh, I stand here for hours and cooking, and you're going to tell me that there's no salt over there? You cook.
I think you should put in salt.
You cook. Huh? No, sometimes it's... Huh? Oh,
Number one.
very, very good. Number one, and no comments. Correct. So he says, don't misunderstand that what we've said until now. No one should receive the false impression that he's allowed to violate the Torah in order to make his wife feel like she's first place. No. Heaven forbid, he says. The commandments of the Torah must be observed to the letter of the law. A husband must therefore be wise enough to give his wife the feeling that she's first place without compromising halakha or Jewish law,
So
says,
not praying with the meaning is compromising halacha, no?
what? No, because that is already drabanan. She's not telling you eat pig. She's just telling you, I need you. Yeah? So you're kilu osek b'mitzvah patur b'mitzvah other things. So she needs you. A husband should give his wife the feeling that he's there whenever his wife needs him. This is done by the attention he gives her, by the way he listens to what she has to say, and by the brisk manner that he runs to fulfill his wishes. This feeling can be reinforced by loving responses to her requests, such as, right away, sweetheart, yes, my love, or my greatest pleasure, honey, meaning all these, cue words are she needs to feel that he cares. Usually, kind words and swift responses will make her happy. Maybe the husband paid the price of missing a prayer in public or a Torah lesson, but with a secure wife, he'll then be able to enjoy hundreds of prayers in public and many Torah lessons with no interruptions.
Because Hashem don't want his prayers now. Hashem
Yeah.
says, do not
Do it.
what you want,
Yeah.
what I want.
Yeah.
So go home. What are you gonna do with the case that the husband saying to his wife, "Alevai, you should not wake up in the morning."
Oh yeah. He wants her dead, basically. And there's going to be that feeling.
It's a story. The guy, he says.
Here, there is?
There's a story.
Yeah?
He's praying.
Oh, that she shouldn't wake up.
He was asking somebody, I want her to die.
Mm-hmm.
I have a case like that.
Yeah.
He's praying for his wife should die.
Yeah, that's what the Rav said.
No, that he said to her that she won't come back up. But to pray for that she die,
Oh, that's what he's going to do.
he's
Listen, no, sometimes it could be such a difficult. You see, Baruch Hashem, you don't have this difficulty, but sometimes it can be so difficult that a person wishes that his wife disappears. However she disappears. You hear? It's a very, very, very bad thing to say, but people do feel that way. People do feel that way. You cannot detract from the fact that he feels this way. If he comes and tells the Rav that obviously there's something wrong.
this is already very wrong.
Okay.
If he wishes for his not to die,
So
He's-
it's not life anymore.
I told her to pack up.
And go. Maybe.
Let them see what does it mean to be alone.
He says, usually kind words and swift responses will make her happy. Maybe the husband paid the price, right, of missing prayers. So he says, it's better you miss 1 or 2 prayers, 1 or 2 Torah lessons. Give her the build-up that she needs, that she's number one. And basically after that, she's like, okay, Slav Kimo, you go. Go learn, go do whatever you have to do. He says, a wife's occasional urgent need for the husband's help and attention is a golden opportunity for him to show her that she's number one in his life. When he answers her call quickly and willingly, she'll get the feeling that she doesn't have to compete for his love with anybody or his attention. This gives her deep gratification and joy. She'll then happily allow him to pursue his own interests, especially when there are Torah learning and prayers. Yeah?
I don't mean to interrupt again, but I had a question and
Yeah.
I answered it.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, but wouldn't logically a woman end up feeling like, I can have him do whatever I want?
Very good.
Whenever I want.
Good.
And build the feeling that she can, the opposite, get his attention and do whatever.
Very good.
Instead.
Very good.
And I realized that only happens if the guy doesn't do it willingly.
Oh.
If he doesn't make it first place, it's going to keep being a deficit.
Yes, not only that, this whole thing is more spiritual than physical. Obviously, the husband is not doing what Hashem wants him to do. So therefore, he's getting this kickback from the wife in order for him to improve himself. You hear this? Exactly. This is the whole thing over here is that people will say, I don't understand. Why am I getting it? You know what? Because deep inside, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing at the end of the day. You're not. So therefore, you're getting it from her. So a lot of people have been telling me, wait a second. What do you mean if you do all this? Nagolo was saying, She's gonna sit on your head. Are you kidding me? Then you're gonna be a donkey. Okay, left, right, up, down, sit, go. You hear? You're right. You know when? When you're gonna know, or better yet, when you're not gonna know it's coming from Hashem. But when you know it's coming from Hashem, you're not looking at her now, you're looking at yourself now. And therefore, as you improve yourself, Hashem says she's gonna be improved. But you have to do these steps.
So when does communication kick in these situations?
Very interesting. So yesterday, a young man told me, he says, you have to have communication, because we were reviewing this thing. He says, you have to have communication. I said, guess what? According to him, the communication is, you're so beautiful. Wow, I love you so much. You're so kind person. It's not, we really should be doing like this. You really should be doing like that. That's also communication. But again, what are you doing? Again, you're commenting.
But the Rav says you're allowed to express yourself.
Again, you are. And he says, you know what? You could go that route. But before you go that route, you must pray to Hashem. Hashem, please, number one, let it come out very nicely and pleasantly and whatever. Number two, let her be responsive to what I'm about to say and so on and so forth. But he says, you know what's the best thing?
It's not the best.
Keep your mouth shut and just say, Slatka Maya, you're the best, you did this.
It can't work long term.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
So
Believe me, it does.
why say that?
You see, what you know who?
tried it.
No. I haven't seen you in Minyan.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No, this before.
Oh, this before. Okay, so guess what? Many of the problems that we have are sub problems that we don't even know we have, or we're blocking it out of our minds. What? You're such a tzaddik that you don't watch things on the phone? That you don't have tik-tak, shmik-tak, this and that? You're such a tzaddik that you always come on time and do the mincha and do whatever. You're such a that you do everything. So imagine the little service that you don't do, all of a sudden the stick gets bomb. And you're thinking, what's wrong with her? I don't say, what did I do to her? No, you didn't do anything to her, but you did something to him. You hear? And it's a constant a battle of rectifying our character traits and trying to do what Hashem wants us to do. You hear? I hear what you're saying. I also had that thought.
Because I've had an experience with the.
Oh, so then you're tzaddik.
No.
Yeah?
advised by the Rav.
Yeah?
This certain concepts
Good.
are too intense.
Good. Has communication worked for you?
Yes.
Oh, it has worked for you.
Yes.
Okay, then you deal with her with communication. But many times it doesn't work.
Because what I've seen happen, and it's not just me, many people
Yeah?
that apply this,
Good.
and they try to go straight to the end, they end up not communicating.
Good.
And end up having two separate, and then it just becomes a friction.
Do you know why? I'll explain to you why. Because a lot of times we're thinking we're doing the right thing, and we think we got everything under control. I get up and I do everything, but we really have a double life that we live in. And nobody knows that but yourself. I'm not gonna start, specifying everything because we're being recorded, but each one has to do an introspection on himself. And to understand, is he really fulfilling what Hashem wants him to do really wholeheartedly? And then she's giving him this.
And also, you have to know how to communicate. This is an art. It's a skill. Not everybody knows how to communicate. They sit and talk, and it's better they should not talk. Whereas they, because of you, like this and this, what are we going to do? But the moment you say do, the conversation is over.
Yeah.
Come on. That's, even when you're communicating, and she wants to communicate, what's the communication? Like what you said, okay?
Praise God.
That's it. That's how it starts. Okay? Even though we say every day I have to do the same thing. Every day I see you that you eat 2 eggs. לא נמאס לך? Huh?
Even not same egg, you eat something else, but you eat every day.
For them, this is their food.
Yes.
This is their food.
It's interesting what the Rav is saying. To praise them, we have children, correct? We tell them, please do this, do this, do this, do this. Never works. I'll give you this. You know what works? When they do something, say, wow, it's unbelievable. You, shit. When they hear that, internally, they're emotionally satisfied. And guess what? That emotional satisfaction, they want again. So therefore, they're thinking, how am I going to get it? By doing it again good. And by doing it again. And by doing it again. And I just recently experienced that at home, where there was one that wasn't doing it. And we kept saying like this, like that, like that. And then all of a sudden, we're like, wow, yo, shoo. All of a sudden, this person started to doing it again and again, and automatically by themselves. Yeah? Why? Because there's that. So same thing. When you're praising the wife, sure. That's what she wants. So therefore, automatically, she's gonna do what you want.
But this has to be genuine.
Yeah, genuine. He says, look, any normal wife understands that if she calls her husband and says, I want you to come from home work now, she's damaging her own income. So of course she's not going to do that. But a husband should never tell her so. Even though she knows that he has required work, prayer, study hours, she still wants to